Hello everyone, welcome to the sixth video in REST API in PHP series. In this video, we will see how you can create new data in the database table for your REST API. Okay, so in the last video, we made the GET request, and in this video, let's start with the same approach. In the model, let's create a new function and give it a name of create new user. And now in the controller, when we will be receiving the values, because we are adding a new entry, so when we will be receiving the values, we will be passing them to the function. So here we will be getting those values. So let's just add them. So this is the values that we will be getting from the controller. Okay, so now we will first create the SQL statement, insert into the table name, and this time we will be creating a prepared statement. So a prepared statement is actually done in different parts, so we will not be writing it in just one simple line, though we can do it, but still for preventing the SQL injection attacks, so from the security point of view, having a prepared statement while creating the records, it is good. So that's why we will be using the prepared statement. So insert into the table name, and then the columns we will define, we have this name and the other one is phone. Then we will be adding values, and in the values we will again adding it, and then we will be defining the number of question marks as per the number of fields are there. Okay, so in the next we will write it as stmt we will give it the name of stmt, and we had the connection, so write connection, and then in the instead of query we will write it as prepare, and we'll send this SQL. And now in the next one we will write stmt statement, and then we will write bin bind param, and we will be adding the number of values, the number of fields, and then these two values. At last we will return as same as the last GET request, so we will return this stmt and will also execute it. So we are executing it and then return. So this is the main code in the model, and in the controller we will create a function create new user, function name, and earlier we were JSON encoding the data, but right now we are getting some data from the front end, so we will make a variable and will JSON decode. Decode is the opposite of the encode. And also in decode we need to pass one more parameter, that is true. That this is optional. If you don't give it, this result will return in PHP object, but if you want it in an array, associative array, then you need to pass this true. File get contents PHP input, so it will get all the data that is coming in the input. And now we have this input, we then check it that are we getting these values. So is set the same variable, and with the name as well as for the phone we will check it. So if we are getting these values, then do this, otherwise let's just copy this, and we will also be sending the HTTP response code. Here the message will be false because we are not getting the required values, so we will give the message of invalid input. And in case we are getting these values, then what we will do, we will create a new user let's just save it in user, and with this user we will send the create new user, and also will be passing these values, name and email, name and phone. And again we'll be saving this in result. And if we get this result, if we are getting something in this result, then we'll be sending some other response, otherwise this. So let's just copy this thing, and we will send this. If we are getting some response, user created successfully, and in case there is some issue, we can write as error in creating user. So the controller code is done. Now let's go to the main file. Okay, so here we need, this is mainly the entry point of any request. So let's just change it to post API create new user. And also one more thing, if we don't change this thing, then also it's fine. We could also have kept it as just API users, because also the methods are different. But if in some cases the method is quite same and different kind of data is flowing, then you can make use of this route. Otherwise, like we can also keep it as different. So now we don't need to use this. We will do create new user. Let's go to the postman and let's create a new request. This is the we can also like rename this get all user, and this is the, yeah, so this I had earlier made. So let's just delete the other two. So this is get all user. Let's rename this one also create new user. Though it takes a little effort to be a bit organized, but in the long run it's quite beneficial. So create new user, and now let's try to hit it. Okay, let's change it to name. On user controller we have some error. Okay, so we missed some semicolon here also, and at this place also. In PHP, this is one thing that will annoy you at time, but okay, so user is created successfully. Let's create one more with Siddharth. Okay, again user created successfully. Now let's see the number of users we have. Okay, so you can see we added 2 users, Ashi and Siddharth, so they are there. So this is how you can create any amount of data using the post request. You can create the endpoint for adding new data. This is quite a common thing which we always need in the applications. While creating new records, we have the admin panels and we want to keep on adding new entries to it. Okay, so this is it for this video. In the next video, we will see how you can update the data in case there is some changes, there are some changes required. So this we will see in the next video. If you are here with me in this series, please like and subscribe all the videos, and thank you for watching.